What is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing a collab with our friends Billy and Pat. You've probably seen them on our channel before. If you have not, link up here. And we're going to be talking about how to find your niche on YouTube. And then we're going to be doing a video on their channel about what it's like to have a joint channel with your spouse. Cue intro.
I just dropped this on myself.
Well, that's great.
Try that out.
See, I've never used. Does that work on blend?
No, just powdered sugar.
Today we're talking about how to find your niche on YouTube, and you might not recognize this destination. Have we vlogged here before? No, we have not. We're at Billy and Pat's house. If you don't know who Billy and Pat are, you have to go check them out. I'll leave their channel up here.
It's Billy and Pat.
It is.
It us.
So awkward.
And let's get to know Billy and Pat. We'll take you around their house tour, home tour. Okay. And then Billy wants to ride the OneWheel. This can only end in hilarity. Billy,
Yeah.
are you excited to try the OneWheel?
I'm terrified, but very excited. I was kind of obsessed with them when they first started like raising funds for it, but now you guys have one and I'm gonna try it.
There you go.
I'll do it. Hired me.
You guys should have a race.
What could go wrong?
You could break your wrist. You could die.
I think we're gonna keep Pat from doing this because he tends to break things easily.
But bitch, that's a lie.
We kind of sprung this on them last minute. We're like, hey, we're doing a home
Let's
tour.
do a home tour because your house is deadly.
And they're like,
You can look at this. Thank you for coming. It's very clean here.
Well, we moved all the plants to the set. That has smears on it!
Oh,
That's
I got
finger
the smears! Welcome to our home. This is where you can find me 90% of the time.
I try to go like this a lot.
No touching.
He really doesn't like being touched though.
Well, what if I need to get up and get a snack? Okay, I might have to get up and get a snack.
I'll sit like this so it's not.
hey, is our niche feet? Feet videos.
Do you like dirty socks? Dirty socks.
Billy and Pat were sort of instrumental in us coming to Buffalo.
Yeah, you're
We
welcome.
decided we were gonna move here. We didn't know anything about the city, and so Becky and I basically just Googled Buffalo vloggers, and these guys popped up first on the list.
Hey, it's Billy.
And it's Pat.
And we're going to Buffalo's Outer Harbor. We've been working really hard on the house for the past few weeks, so we decided to get our bikes, get on the train, and go down to the Outer Harbor and just have a really fun adventure for the day.
You guys are like the face of Buffalo now for YouTube. I guess May of 2017
just like a little bit past.
until when we moved here in just November of 2017.
My experience at the border.
Becky and I were just kind of like stalking them online, like, hey, we could be friends with these guys.
We're tobogganing!
This might work.
And we're at the Great Pumpkin Farm.
Wonder how it got its name.
Here we are a year later, friends for like a year now.
Happy friendship anniversary.
Happy friendship.
Nice. 1 year.
Well, it's good. You guys will start showing up in searches now too. You've been here long enough. Like,
Tell me about your place.
I mean, the house itself is from like 1900.
yes.
It's an old house. A lot of people have lived here, including the lady in the chair. We found her in the wall.
We don't
assume
even
she-
know if she lived here.
I
We just
assume she
found
did. But again,
photo.
it's an old house. We've collected a lot since like living down in New York together for so many years. So it's really like a collected house.
Okay.
Here's the grand staircase. Here's a chandelier that we installed in a YouTube video. And here's Pat.
Hit Pat.
It
It's
me.
Pat.
I thought you were gonna do a really good gesture walking down the stairs. I was waiting
No, I have
for
my
it.
socks on. I definitely was afraid to slide. Be like,
This is the door I just found in the attic, and I reinstalled it. But this is the old like little hidden nook staircase. But
Wait, what's on the wall? Is that a custom or is that?
yeah, that's from our
Yeah.
wedding. That's
Oh, it's
we
you
had
guys.
a what's the artist name?
Matt Hoer.
Matt Howard.
We have like a mix of things. We have some newer, like contemporary style stuff. We have antiques and things that we've collected. We have cheap stuff. We have more like expensive stuff. Not much of that. We like our house to feel lived in and touched and cozy. And this is where we make the YouTubes. Becky and Chris collab.
Now you're raising it.
favorite like
Oh,
stained
wow,
glass windows
beautiful.
are here. You can sit on the toilet and observe the birds/pigeons. Oh, and I have a tattoo of one of the birds. Except I gave it a more romantic eye because this eye is fucking creepy. When we were looking for somewhere to move after leaving New York City, this was kind of a city option that was like near a bunch of other cities and near Canada.
We were in New York City I was there almost 9 years. We were just kind of done with the grind and wanted to move to another city, wanted to stay East Coast, and Billy knew some people that lived in Buffalo, but we just felt like it was a place where there was a lot going on and there was a lot of opportunity to get established, and
Create
it was
your own
affordable. You could, do something creative. Younger people were sticking around in a place that was sort of, people were leaving for a really long time, so we just felt like it was a good risk. We like plants and we like projects, and like Billy is super creative.
This is our plant corner that I've been working on. Some of those plants were moved downstairs for the video that we shot. And this is O'Brien.
Hello, cat.
The yard and the garden are things that we can modify the house, but it's like way easier to do that work and see the result than it would be to like renovate the house.
So this is the yard that I dug up with Pat for like an entire summer. Garden that is slowly falling apart because the weather is getting cooler.
You guys originally, when you started your channel, saw a niche that didn't exist, and then you just were like, well, we're gonna make content about that because nobody's doing it.
I feel like it was like the earlier days of YouTube where not every topic was covered with content. Like it really was.
We started in 2012.
And that was like right when marriage equality was changing in the US, and like we were like, there's no YouTube videos about like gay couples getting married.
We were
and,
looking
like,
for it.
We're attacking all these questions right now, like one by one. So we might as well like try to base each of our videos on the questions we were getting about being two guys getting married.
I guess we're the product, right? So it's sort of like whatever life event that we're working on, that's like what we document. We were engaged is how we started it, and then it was like, well, okay, well now we're married, but we have a following a little bit now, and we like making videos, so now we'll talk about what it's like to be married. And then we decided we were gonna move to Buffalo, so we were like, well, let's talk about moving to Buffalo. Then it was buying a house, then it was doing the gardening. So it's sort of like whatever bigger picture thing we're working on, we try to incorporate that in because that's what's natural.
We kept our eyes on like the responses of the people who watch our videos. We wanted to see what people were interacting with us on, and the things that were more natural and were based on our real life events tended to be interesting to people.
As you're growing your channel and you're seeing like, oh, this is what people like, but then you're also kind of looking around of like, what are other people doing on YouTube? So like we definitely made videos where we did like the such and such challenge, or we did this thing that was like a trending thing that people were doing on YouTube, and you can kind of tell we maybe weren't so into it, or like people were kind of like, this isn't what we want to come to your channel for. When you're talking about finding a niche, it's sort of like, well, like this is how we started, and sometimes we'll like go over here a little bit and see what that's like, and go over here and see what that's like, and just figure out like what do people like, but most importantly, like what do we like? There's nothing worse than when you're like,
doing
to
something
make
with,
this video that I
your,
don't
you
want
know,
to make.
The person you live with is also the person you're on camera with. You want to be enjoying what you're doing.
100%.
You know?
There's levers that you can pull that will start bringing people in, and if you're willing to do that and you feel okay with it and you go all in, you could do it.
It's whether you
probably,
want to
but
do it,
can
though.
you sustain it?
Right.
Do you like it?
You
Will
wanna
it
be
be
doing
authentic?
Once you start pulling some of those levers, it's noticeable to other people, but not always in a good way. I feel like it's like, oh, they're doing all the
you're
tricks.
going
Like
in.
these are all the tricks,
Right.
and it's like they're not being authentic. And I think other YouTubers want to see the authenticity to bond with other people in video.
We like to think that as long as we stick to what we're interested in, it'll always come off as authentic.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll hinder growth in the long run for our channel, but I think at the end of the day, you'll end up with a more authentic product and people who know you better.
Okay, so we're just tearing stuff down. So we just shot a video on their channel about what it's like to kind of have a YouTube channel as a couple. So if you guys want to check it, I'll leave the link up here. So this is kind of like behind the scenes of like what it takes sometimes to make a video. It's like
We have
not
this
just like
forest here.
yeah, well like get through the forest. We're gonna vlog like this, but like it's not just like oh set up your camera. It's like a lot
Evolving your
more than
set.
that.
What we've been doing lately is trying to like switch or convert our genre a little bit, so we have to like make these changes whenever we want to do that. It's not easy. It's like it's very planned out, like, and there's a lot of thought process behind it all.
A lot of our videos are sort of like not emotional, but they're like about like a relationship or a topic or something, and like we just want to talk. Like we are not gear focused, we're tech focused, so we try really hard to like set up like a set so that we don't have to think about that. We just know like this is the setup and we can do it quickly and like start talking, because we do our best videos kind of on the fly.
Okay, this is the part in the video where we go outside and let the boys try the OneWheel.
I feel like I'd be better at the OneWheel.
Moment of truth,
Just
there
like
we go.
bend your knee.
Oh guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, this is like a core workout. Shit.
Jump off!
I didn't follow your rules. This is scary. Oh god, this is hard.
Jump!
Oh my god. Jump! I'm so bad at this.
Don't mind me, it's just a cool guy.
Oh boy. Like my legs are shaking. I haven't worked out in a while. Like, I can't do this. Whoa.
Okay, this is okay. Hope it looks action-packed.
Action Pat.
I didn't fall down yet. That's saying something for me. I'm ready.
Do you think you're gonna do better than Billy?
This is like a core workout.
That's what Billy said.
You can tell what it's supposed to do. I'm sure it's like riding a bike too. It's like the slower you go, the harder it is.
Now it's like the way he's standing, the way I'm standing. It's like our hands look awkward. I'm like not a fan of that.
The way
Like
I
I
was
want to
saying
look
is,
real cool and smooth while I'm doing it, instead of like I'm taking a dump. One of those like pop a squat kind of scenarios.
It's like I'm ready.
This is my dump hand.
What?
So if you're trying to find your niche in YouTube, you're not really sure what to talk about, just pick something that comes natural to you and something that you are really interested in, so that when you're coming up with video ideas or your content list, that you're not going to run out of ideas after like 10 videos. You want to make sure that the niche is broad enough where you can have a lot of content and that you're excited about creating that content.
This is what I look like on the board.
I'm going to play Dope Track. So that's it. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys, you know, if you're looking to figure out what your niche is going to be for YouTube, or if you're already YouTubing and you're kind of wanting to switch. Somebody also asked me the other day that they said they started their channel as a gaming channel, but now they don't want to make gaming content anymore. Is it okay to switch to something else? And I think yes, it is okay for your channel to grow with you. Just like make content about whatever you want to make content about.
We talked about what it's like to create content and run a channel and do social media stuff with your spouse. And the pros and cons to that.
Check it out. We'll link it in the cards above.
Go subscribe to their channel. They make great content. I obsess with their videos. They're so funny. Facial expressions on point. What are you doing?
Scuffing. Flatland boosted boards.
Okay, with that said, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. We will see you on the next one.
It's amazing what you can accomplish when you're consumed by rage.
Yeah. I need rollerblades with one wheel power.
They make those.
They do.
He's going fast.
See you haters.
Follow shot. Oh!
Like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so you know when we make new videos. See ya!